The RMA website is modern and remains fresh because new information is put out there frequently. One of the best places to obtain information is to go to the Policies and Procedures section, which is right up here on this upper menu. I'm going to click down on it, and you can see there's all sorts of information in here, everything from underwriting to loss adjustment standards. Frankly, a lot of the content in here is going to be handbook type content. What might be better is if you have a specific question, I'm going to go up here to the search bar up here and just type in your question. Let's say I want to know something about actuarial standards or rules. Click that. It has a good search feature. You're probably going to be better off searching for your content versus trying to browse the policies and procedures. And that's mainly just because there's so much out there that you could almost kind of get lost because of the vast array of content. But that's where the search comes in and is going to be your friend, because that's going to help you to find that content that you really want very quickly. So let's kick off a look at the RMA local capabilities here. Starting from the base RMA website, we're going to click on RMA Local, this down menu, and then we'll pick a state. And let's say for whatever reason we're going to have to go give a presentation in Mississippi when we're used to giving them in other states. So I'm going to click Mississippi right here. And then once we get here, it's going to tell us some fundamental stuff. For instance, what region is this in? The regional office is the Jackson office. And, you know, if you picked a different state, you'd see something different there. One of the best things that it makes available to you is the state profile. So if we click on this, it's going to take us to another link where we can click right here, download the Mississippi state profile. I'm going to click that. That's going to generate a PDF that we've always found to be very useful. These are updated annually. So this one was updated February of 2023, and it's for the 2022 crop year. In all likelihood, in early 2024, we'll have an updated for the 2023 crop year. What do you get off of this sheet? Well, you get all sorts of information. You can find out, first of all, what crops are insured and at what level of acreage. In fact, you can see that for Mississippi, not surprisingly, soybeans are insured 2.2 million acres. The other thing it's going to show me, well, what are the total acres, whether they're insured or not? Well, in this case, 2.3. And so it shows us that there's about 96% of soybean acres in Mississippi are insured. You might have a lower number, for instance, up here on oats. There's only 392 acres insured. There's 2,100 acres that were actually grown. So about 19%. So this will just help you if you're out to give a presentation, helps you to understand the state and its agricultural composition. You can also look at a given program and find out what county is it available in. Often on these states, it's not all counties. You're going to see, specific county names. On the second page, it gives you a brief history, say the last 10 or 14 years. It shows you how is crop insurance change in that state. We tend to print these out. Sometimes we use them as handouts. They're very good to support content when you're giving a presentation. And again, how do we get there? Well, we go to the RMA website and then click on the RMA local and pick a state. In this case, I'll go with Oklahoma. And that's going to take you to where you can get the state profile and some of this other very regional information. All right, we are now going to talk about the summary of business tool that is available on the RMA website. And as someone who has used this website for well over 20 years now, I have to say that the summary of business is probably one of my favorite tools. From the base page, you're going to come down here to tools, and then over here on the right, you'll see summary of business reports. After clicking on that, you'll see that there are some pre-generated reports, which can be very interesting, and often they might answer your question. If you want to look at a national summary of crop insurance use by crop and then by state, you can click on one of these for a given year, or by state by crop. So these can be valuable, but I'm going to go down now and look at the summary of business, this link right down here, and click that. That's going to take us to a tool, and it's the report generator, where we can go in and make our own ad hoc queries and select specific things like select a commodity, select a state, select a county. And then once we get those selected, in this case I'm going to select 2022 for the commodity year. Not a big difference between the commodity year and the reinsurance year, but if you're going to be making presentations to producers, more than likely you want to use commodity year. The reinsurance year is more kind of an administrative value, I would say. And so I'm going to select the commodity year of 2022. The commodity, I want to understand, let's just say I want to understand all of the commodities and then I'm going to go down to state, and I'm going to select Mississippi. And I can, at this point, I could go even deeper into counties. It's going to show me all the Mississippi counties. Maybe I just want to look at Clark County. But for me right now, I want to look at all of them, and I'm going to say get report and click right over here. And it's going to bring back, and keep in mind there's 20 items showing per page. And in this case, it came back, I'm looking at 1 through 20 of 355 items. And so what this tells me, if I kind of scroll through these pages, is that for every commodity, for every county, it's going to give me a count of how many policies were sold, how much premium was taken in to buy those policies, how much crop value they covered. That column is actually called liabilities over here, right here, this liabilities column. You can also sort by clicking on the column header. If you want to get into that level of detail, though, I will recommend that you click this Excel button right here, and that's going to pop that thing out and open up whatever you use for an Excel spreadsheet files. It could be Excel, it could be something like Google Sheets, whatever it is, it's going to take you and open that for you. And now you're actually enabled to go in here and make some modifications, sum things up, highlight them and sum them or do whatever you want on it. But I find that this can be, and one thing I will warn you about, it can be kind of engaging, such that you might go out to answer one question and you find the information is so dense and so accessible that the next thing you know, you spend an hour and a half and you understand everything about all the counties you were seeking plus 7 more. Quite valuable tool, the summary of business, and I encourage you to spend some time to understand it.